A text says, "You're on my mind." A bouquet from 1-800-Flowers says, "You're my everything." Heartfelt moments belong in the real world, not just your phone. For 50 years, 1-800-Flowers has helped millions of people make memories that'll last a lifetime with gifts they'll cherish forever. Their expertly curated arrangements and gift baskets ship nationwide with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Don't wait for the next big moment. Make it when you visit 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast.
Hey y'all, it's Kelly Clarkson with Wayfair, where delivery and setup are as easy as a few taps on your phone. Picture this. You're relaxing in an old hammock, scrolling Wayfair's app when you spot it. A brand new patio set. Next thing you know, Wayfair delivers it right to your patio and sets it up. Oh, you need a new grill too? All right, Wayfair's got you covered. With Wayfair's room of choice delivery and fast expert setup on qualifying orders, life gets a little easier. Visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
I'm Dr. Amber Wright, and this is Say More, a podcast for accomplished women who want more honesty in the way they live, love, and lead. This is a space for us to explore the questions that shape our lives and deepen our connections with ourselves and each other. If you're finally ready to reclaim the parts of yourself you've given away to everything and everyone else, you're in the right place. It's time to choose yourself. It's time to say more. Hey friend, welcome back to another episode of Say More with Dr. Amber. That's me, your girl. Today, we are going to talk about something that I see so often in my own life and the lives of my friends and also with my clients as an executive life coach, and that is struggling to receive, which has so many layers to it. But this is a conversation about why we struggle to receive things sometimes. Now, if that's not you, you're like, girl, I don't struggle to receive compliments or whatever. Like, I'm good, then great. I'm so happy for you. But this episode will be intended for the woman who is challenged by that. And I don't want us to take for granted why it can be difficult to receive things sometimes. So we're going to talk about it. So again, if this is not for you, share it with a friend who it might be for to help her out, okay? Because that's what we do over here. We look out for our girls. Now, how you can tell if you are someone who does struggle to receive, and that could be so many things, but I'm talking about things like someone will compliment you in some way, whether it's on your beauty, what you're wearing, or how smart you are, a variety of things. You will rush to counter compliment them, or you'll downplay the compliment altogether. You will try to lessen or not quite cheapen, but just, you shrink a little bit from having that attention on you and you will deflect it. So another example is a friend might offer to help you with something and you say, no, thanks, girl. I'm fine. I got it. Okay. We love a good, I got it. And you don't be having it. Sis, like you don't have it all the time. And you don't want to admit that though. So you have no problem showing up for everyone else. But when it's your turn, you shut it down with the quickness. And it's time out for that, okay? We are entering a new chapter in our lives. This season is about the reclamation. We are reclaiming the parts of ourselves that we have given away to everything and everybody else. And part of that is being able to stand in the moment of receiving, being someone who is comfortable with visibility and attention that's positive and affirming, and just letting it sink into you without feeling like you've got to deflect or shoo it away. So let's get into it. First, some of the things that I think we have to call out as it relates to struggling to receive is I think a lot of women are blocked from this because it feels risky. It requires a sense of or level of vulnerability that makes us uncomfortable. But the gag about that is that giving keeps you in control, or at least you convince yourself of that. It is a way for you to still try to feel like you are in control, like you're the capable one, you're the helper, you're the person that has it all together. That becomes a performance in and of itself because nobody has it together 24/7, 365. We all have tough days, bad days, sad days, down days, whatever. That's normal. it's normal. But you might be the type of person that overgives because it's easier for you to do that. It's like having that one homegirl. You know, you got that one friend who knows everything about you, but you don't know nothing about her. And she steady asking you all these questions about your life and what's going on with you, but she don't never give up no information about her. It's like that. The inability to receive is like, okay, I'm going to give and give and give and give and give and do and do and do and do and do for everything and for everyone. But I'm not going to let anybody else do it for me. It's kind of similar in that way. And I know that part of the discomfort with that is receiving kind of proves that you have a need, that you're human, that you have limits, that you're not Superwoman, that your cape is torn, that thing don't work. You got to take it off. You have to be willing to be seen in your need. And that requires a level of vulnerability that is hard for a lot of people, especially I think of what's coming up for me now as I'm saying this is like the first daughter of a lot of families culturally and like Black and brown families around the world, not just Black and brown, but, you know, the eldest daughter, I have a heart for y'all. I'm not the eldest. I'm the youngest. And we have our own plight, okay? But I can sympathize or empathize with oldest daughters and their plight in particular of being like a junior parent to your other siblings and being taught very early that you have to be the one that always has it together because you're the one that your parent or parents are leaning on. And that's hard. That's hard. And if that's you, girl, I'm sorry that you didn't get to just be a kid, that you were given a lot of extra responsibility before you were ready for it. But continuing to act like you're the one that has it all together when you really don't is doing yourself a disservice. And I think if we were to go deeper about that, I think internally for a lot of women, it translates like needing help gets translated internally to being a burden. I don't want to be a burden on nobody. But I want us to reprogram how we think about that and how we are internalizing and processing that, because the discomfort is really just this like faux sense of independence. It's like you wear independence as a costume. But I know that sometimes it just doesn't feel safe to lean on people because I'll just be honest, it sucks. It sucks when to be vulnerable with someone and you let them in and you let them help you and then you agree to let them help you and they don't do it. They don't do what they said they were going to do. They don't show up for you. That hurts. I know, girl. I've been there. It hurts when you get let down and disappointed and there's only so much of that one person can take before they decide, okay, well then forget it. I'm not going to give anybody the chance to see me be vulnerable like that again. And I understand because I have been in that place before. I was very much a I got it kind of person because I had to be. All I had was myself to depend on for safety and security. Like nobody was coming to save me. So it took a long time for me to trust people because I was let down very often and frequently in my childhood and stuff like that. So I definitely didn't trust men. Okay, my mom used to say, if a man do something for you, he wants something back in return. So I just felt, even if that wasn't all the way wrong, it wasn't always true either. So I kind of grew up with, or I entered young adulthood thinking that relationships were transactional. So there's no scenario where I'm going to let you do anything for me because you're going to be looking for something in return. And again, she wasn't wrong about that all the way or completely, but there was nothing to counteract that to be able to understand what it looks like to healthily be able to lean on other people. And I remember when my husband and I were dating, it was very, very new. I feel like I've told this story before online, but it was really new. And I drove an 86 Mazda, okay? 86 Mazda 626 with power windows. You could tell it was like a luxury vehicle in the 80s, honey, but in the 20,000s, not the 20,000s. What year was this? Golly, I don't know. My freshman, sophomore year of college is when I bought that car. We're talking maybe like, this was around 05. We'll say 2005. Anyway, I was having problems with the car and he followed me to my mechanic so he could take a look at it. My mechanic's name was James. I really liked James a lot. He was honest and reliable. And so I took him my little 86 Mazda and I was like, hey, I'm having this issue. Like, what's up? And he told me what it was. And I don't even remember how much money it was, but it was money I did not have. And so I come out and I was like, but can I drive it though still? Like, am I straight? Like, can I still drive it until I can bring it back? Or is this like a danger capsule? And he was like, I wouldn't advise it, but you can. I just wouldn't, I wouldn't advise it. It's manageable, but you probably got a little bit, So it's okay. I'll bring it back when I get paid. So I walk out and my now husband is waiting for me. And he was like, okay, so what happened? I was like, I'm putting, getting my stuff together so we can leave. And he's like, what did he say? I said, oh, he told me what the thing is and I'll come back when I get paid. And he was like, wait, you're not going to do it now? And I was like, no, I'll come back. And he was like, but Amber, you need to get your car fixed. I was like, I know. I will come back when I get paid. He was so puzzled. And he was like, no, go back in there. We're going to get your car fixed today. And I was like, who is we? Player, okay, I don't know you like that. Who was we? He was like, we, Amber, like, I don't care how much it is. We're going to get your car fixed. And I was like, thank you. You're very kind. But no, I got it. I told you I'll bring it back. He told me I can drive it. It's fine. And he takes a breath and he looks at me and he was like, okay, listen, I know what's happening here. And I know this is all really new and we're still just kind of figuring things out. But if I was a friend of yours and you were in my position, would you help her? And I was like, well, yeah. And he said, so then let me be a friend to you. Like, I know we're dating and all this and, it's all new, but just let me be a friend to you, Amber. Like, I can't in good conscience let you drive your car, over the next however many weeks, knowing that it's not safe. And so can we do this? And I said, okay. And that was one of the first lessons I ever had with a man on how to allow myself to be supported and how to receive. And we got my car fixed. He didn't lord it over me. He didn't want me to pay him back. It was just something that he wanted to do. And as I'm saying this, I think it was probably about like $500, whatever the thing had to be, which was a lot of money and still is to me. But anyway, the point is I let him help me. And that was the beginning of me learning how to be more trusting. So something else, like another reason why you might be struggling to receive is because you believe you have to earn it. And that's another one of the biggest lessons that I've had to unlearn in my life is that my worthiness isn't attached to what I can do for someone. It's not attached to my achievement and how much I can accomplish. Like, I deserve to be loved just as I am. And so do you. Not for what you can do and what someone can get out of you. You don't have to prove your worthiness by doing. Out of your mere existence, for you being the special, beautiful being that you are, you deserve to receive love and you deserve to be seen and understood just because of that. And so detaching the desire to want to people please and prove is a really big part of your work if what I'm saying is resonating with you. Because some of this might look like I'm going to overextend myself at work, for example. And not because I want to, but I feel like if I don't, the project is going to fail and everyone's depending on me and everyone's going to be left behind or the project is going to fall apart and I'm going to lose my job. Like, you will catastrophize all of these outcomes that aren't even real because you feel that in order to be seen and to be recognized and to be valued, you have to overextend yourself to where you now are fully consumed by work. It consumes your whole day, all night. You don't have fun. You don't have like healthy work-life balance. And then you come to me for coaching because you don't know how to get out of that rut. So that's another way of like, you don't trust yourself enough to stand in your value because you don't believe that it's fully true and that it's there. And or you then as a manager don't know how to delegate. Trust people on your team because it's just faster if I do it. It's just easier if I do it are some of the other things that we tell ourselves and then get mad when everyone depends on us because we train them to be addicted to our productivity because that makes us feel valued. And that's something that you've got to unlearn, like I had to. Rest, help, and support are not rewards for achievement. They're just part of you being human. We all need to just go lay down and take a nap sometimes. We all need time off. You need to let them people help you on that project. And no, they are not going to do it as good as you. They are not. But that's how they are going to learn. And you will rob them of their development by not giving them the space to also mess up so that way they can learn how to do it correctly. So you got to, fall back a little bit and get out of the way and let people do their thing so you can go home and kick your feet up, all right? And eat your popcorn and drink your wine or drink your water, whatever you like to do. After you get off work, you need the time and the space to do that by uncoupling your worth to your productivity. Whew, deep breath there. I feel like I rang somebody's bell there. But here's what to do about it. So now you're like, okay, girl, thanks for calling me out. Now what? And so practicing receiving, it takes time. It's a skill just like anything else. And my advice to you, if you are someone who does struggle with receiving, just start small. So what that looked like for me is when people ask me how I'm doing, I say, I'm good, thank you. So I answer in a complete sentence. I'm good, thank you. And I replaced the I'm good, how are you? I replaced the how are you with thank you. So it completes the phrase. And then now we start another loop because it gives me a moment to think about whether I have the care, capacity, or concern to ask you in return how you're feeling or how you're doing. So I'll say, I'm good, thank you. And I'll pause and I'll take a beat. I'll assess the situation in this scenario that I'm in. If I'm at a restaurant, for example, and the server sits us down or the host and they're like, oh, how are you? I will, I'm good, thank you. And then I'll look up and I'll look at their tag and say the server's name or the host's name is Steven. I'll say, and how are you, Steven? How's your shift going? And Steven's eyes will light up and look me right back in the eye and say, it's going not too bad, actually. Thank you for asking. It's pretty busy tonight. And so, we're moving and grooving. Now, Steven's going to be extra nice to me because I took a moment to genuinely ask him how his day was. See how that works? So that was a way for me to start practicing more intentional communication just in my day-to-day interactions. So when it came to learning how to receive compliments and be seen by people, I already had that muscle flexed, if you will. And now when people compliment me on my hair, I get stopped all the time because of my sister locks. Okay. My hair, I've had people stop me in parks, at the dentist's office, like everywhere. Your hair is so beautiful, they'll say. And I'll say, thank you. And I'll smile. And that's it. And so I have learned and reprogrammed myself to not rush to add more and to say more. I only do that now if I want to. But we love the name of the podcast. It's called Say More. And most times I'm inviting you to say more. But in this context, learn how to accept the compliment and say thank you. I had a man tell me once, I was out at a mall and this man, no, just kidding. It wasn't the mall. It was the Dollar Tree. I was in the Dollar Tree because we love the Dollar Tree over here. Okay. And I was getting these little trinkets and stuff for my baby girl's birthday. She was turning 10. So I had all this stuff in the basket, and this older Black man was in front of me in the line. No, he was behind me, and our eyes met and we smiled, and he was like, you sure look pretty today, ma'am. I said, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I turned right back around, and you can feel somebody kind of like staring at you a little bit. Like I could feel him looking at me. So when I turned around to look for something else, like how you look in the little trinket thing before the register, our eyes met again. He was like, can I buy your stuff today? Because you were so nice to me just now. And some women don't know how to take a compliment. Now, listen, we're not going to dissect what old buddy was getting at, okay? But I was just like, I don't know. And he was like, I don't mean nothing by it. I don't want nothing by it. But I just think that you were a really nice lady. And I would like to, it looks like it's somebody's birthday in your little thing. And I said, yeah, it's for my daughter. And he was just like, I would like to buy your stuff if you don't mind. I said, say less, player, okay? And it was maybe about like $12 worth of stuff. So, but I did kind of rush off to my car after that because you're not finna follow me, okay? But in that moment, we had a genuine interaction, and that was like a culmination of me. It's a little bit of a stretch, but and don't be just accepting stuff from strangers all the time. But in that moment, it felt like he was sincere, and he genuinely appreciated that I was kind to him in my response and in my reception. Instead of, what you looking at? Don't say nothing to me. I thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I let that be that. So a little tangent there, but that's what it looks like for you to practice when it's low stakes, to allow yourself to receive. And remember, receiving graciously is the key. That is what completes the loop. Thank you. I appreciate it. Instead of rushing to counter compliment. And if you feel guilty about that, do it anyway. There's going to be a part that's going to buck up against what you've been programmed to believe and what you've been telling yourself to believe, to shrink and be small and not allow yourself to be seen. And so when you feel that rise up, ask yourself, where is that coming from? Why do I think this way? Why do I feel this way? And get to the root of whatever that core belief is, so that you can change that belief and be more open and receptive to receiving. Okay? So as a reminder, my final thought is that receiving feels vulnerable because it means admitting that you're human. And trust me when I say the people in your life need to know that. They need to see you have a bad day sometimes. You need to let your friends come and love on you and dote on you and make you soup if you don't feel good. I just was on a trip earlier this month, and for work, and I was visiting a friend, and she went so out of her way. I stayed with her, which I don't typically do. Normally, I'll stay in my own little hotel or whatever, but she and her husband really went out of their way to make me feel welcome in their home. And I'm like, this is another exercise in receiving. She took such good care of me. She got the little fruit that I like to eat. And her husband asked my husband what kind of flowers I liked. And they had those flowers in the house, like just really going that, because that was how they wanted to show their care and concern. But if I wasn't open to that, I would have missed out. And so would have they. So would they have missed out on the opportunity to serve in a way that feels good to them. So I know it feels vulnerable. I know it feels uncomfortable, but I want you to remember that you don't have to earn support. You don't have to earn it. You deserve it just as you are, to be seen, to be valued and understood. But you have to believe you're worthy of it first. And then you got to go act like it. Love you, mean it. Bye. Thanks for listening to Say More. If this episode hit home for you, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another one. And don't forget to share it with your group chat so all of y'all can level up together. If you want personalized support about today's topic, visit wordswellsaid.com to learn more about how to work with me for coaching, or how you can book me to speak at your job, conference, or event. In the meantime, keep in touch with me online at Dr. Amber Wright. And until you hear from me again, remember to use your words and then go forth and be awesome.